This is not working. Remember? This is not working. Yeah, now it's problem. සුබ උදෑසනක් වේවා සියලු දෙනාට. Good morning to everyone. අපි මේ පටන් ගැනීමටයි සූදානම් වෙන්නේ. Namampoya is very important poetry in our Buddhist calendar. I was talking with Venerable Sorotatero the significance of the Namampoya. As you know the history of Buddhism, most important thing is the great disciples, two disciples of the Buddha, Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Moggallana. They are the chief disciples. They were only second to the Buddha. Their wisdom and their dedication for the sasana only for second to the Buddha. So these two chief disciples were appointed as these chief disciples on the poet day of Nawam full moon day. Buddha was in Rajagaha, Buddha was in Velvanarama Vihara. So Sariputta and Moggallana were coming towards pay their respect to the Buddha. Then Buddha recognized two disciples. First, we know the story behind Sariputta and Moggallana. Their spiritual search. It was a story of Kalyana Mittas. They were the ideal Kalyana Mittas in the Sasana. Not only in that very life, but also in previous lives as well. They were together, walking together in the spiritual path. Finally, they have, as lay people, left from their homes like the Buddha, searching what is truth. Then Sariputta and Moggallana were as Upatissa and Kolita, practicing meditation under the guidance of Sanjay. Then Sariputta and Moggallana, or Kolita and Upatissa, they separated from their teacher and asked his permission to search spiritual experiences. Then first time Asajitero, one of the 5 ascetic monks, Kondanya Wapa Badi Mahanama Asaji. Asajitero was enlightened one at that time because Buddha gave Buddha's first sermon listened by these 5 ascetic monks. Then Asaji was on his Pindapata round. Sariputta, whose name was Upatissa, had seen him. And when he finished his taking alms, Upatissa approached to Asaji Mahatera and asked what Dhamma, whose philosophy or whose Dhamma that he was practicing. Asajitero answered, I am a newcomer to the Buddha's dispensation. The Buddha is his teacher, and I know only one little thing, that is the Paticcasamuppada, little Dhamma he uttered him. Then Upatissa understood the teachings of Asajitera. It says he understood the Dhamma, what he was listening to the Asaji, he learned only little thing, but he understood many things, 100 times more than what he heard. Finally he became Sotapanna and he went to see his friend Kolita, and Kolita and Upatissa together became Sotapanna. Both they want to see the Buddha. Buddha was in the Velvana Rama. Then both together went to see the Buddha and listen to the teachings of the Buddha, and they were appointed as chief disciples of the Buddha. This is the way they were appointed and received this high position in the Sasana on the full moon day of Nava. That is the most important event in the Sasana which had happened on this Poya day. There are many more important events took place on the Navan full moon day. Buddha gave Ovada Patimokka to the Sangha on the Navan full moon day. So all the historical significance will be given in detail by the Venerable monks today. Venerable Sortatero and also Venerable Buddhadasa and Venerable Bandulatera, we will all contribute for the program today. So recognizing the significance of the day, full moon day, we usually our sale program start on Navampoya day. As January was very busy day for all the monks, all the temples, we don't have a proper program. But some people observe 8 precepts. But today is the full program which we have planned today. So therefore you are very welcome to this program today. Our Dayakas and Dayikas have an opportunity to observe 8 precepts. When we think about 8 precepts, it is so important. We can see this is simplifies our life by observing 8 precepts. These are like actually enlightened arahant. Life is like this way. They had very simple life, and also no any other something which is not conducive for the spiritual development. They have given now all these things. It's like the artisan is giving guidelines about what their lives was. So thinking about you are going to experience the artisan today and follow the program. We offer gilampasa flowers, beautiful flowers have been offered to the Buddha, very beautiful and decorated. Bodhi tree is here, beautiful, and we can start this program today. අපි එහෙනම් සියලු දෙනාම මේ අද දවසේ වටිනා පොය දවස අපතේ යවන්න නැතුව සිය සමාදම් වෙන්න පැමිණි ඔබ සියලු දෙනාම ඊටාම ආදරෙන් කරුණාවෙන් මෛත්‍රියෙන් පිළි අරගෙන මේ අටසිල් ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එක ආරම්භ කරන්න සාදු කියලා නමස්කාරය කියන්න ඕනේ. Would you repeat after me? Bante Tisaranena Sadding Attanga Silang Dhamman Yachami Anugahan Katva Silang Detame Bante Okasa 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 Aham Bante Tisaranena Sadding Attanga Silang Dhamman Yachami Anugahan Katva Silang Detame Bante Okasa 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 Aham Bante Attanga Silang Dhamman Yachami Anugahan Katva Silang Detame Bante Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Sanghang Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami Sarana-gamanang sampunnang Panatipata viramani sikkhapadan samadhiyami Adinādāna viramani sikkhapadan samadhiyami Abrahmacharya viramani sikkhapadan Sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Musavada viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Suramiraya majjapama datthana viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Vikala bhojana viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Natya gita vadita Visuka dasana mala Gandha vilepana Dharana mandana Vibhusanatthana viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Uchchasayana mahasayana viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Imani uposatha Atthanga silani samadhiyami. Imani uposatha Atthanga silani samadhiyami. Imani uposatha Atthanga silani samadhiyami. Okay, we offer these flowers, incense and candles for the Buddha reciting gathas. Dhammaratana, who has been asked to conduct this service, has left to another service in a temple. Now we are going to offer these flowers. Api silu denama ekatu vela මේ ගිලම්පස මේ බුද්ධ පූජාව මල් පහන් සුවඳ දුම් ගිලම්පස ආදී සියල්ල බුදුරජාණන් වහන්සේටද බෝධිරාජාණන් වහන්සේටද වන්දනා කරලා පූජා කරමු. සාදු 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 සාදු. Vannagandha gunopedam etam kusuma santatim pujayami munindassa sripada saroruhe pujemi buddham kusume Kaya tataya Ganasarapaditena Dipena Tamadansina Tilokadipam Sambhuddham Pujayami Tamudam Gandha Sambhara Yuttena Dupena Sugandhina Pujaye Pujaniyantam Puja Janamuttamam Sugandham Sitalam Kapam Pasanna Maduram Subham Paniyamitam Bhagava Patigamhatu Muttama Vandami Tetiyam Sabam Sabbatani Supatititam Saririka Dhatuma Bodhin Buddha Rupam Sakalam Sada Yasa Muve Nisinova Sabbani Vijayam Aka Pato Sabbam Yutam Sattha Vande Tam Bodhipadapam Ime Ete Mabodhi Lokanatena Pujita Aham Pite Namasami Bodhi Raja Namastute Iti Piso Bhagavan Samma Sambuddho Vijjacharana Sampanno Sugato Lokavido Anuttaro Purisa Dhammasarati Saddha Deva Manusanam Buddho Bhagavati Sakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditthiko Akaliko Yei Passiko Panayiko Paccatam Vedittabbo Vinyohiti Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Ujjapatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Nyayapatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Samiji Patipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Yadidan Chattari Purisa Yogani Atta Purisa Puggala Esa Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Auneyo Pauneyo Dakineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anutteram Punyaketam Lokasati Sangha Subhatipanna Anuttara. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We do chanting Metta Sutta, Karniya Metta Sutta, then followed by meditation. Venerable Buddha Dasa Thera conduct the meditation class today. Api silu denama Karniya Metta Sutra sajjayana කරන්න ඔබ සෑම දෙනාම එකතු වෙන්න. කරණීය මත්ත කුසලේන යන්තං සම්තං පදං අபிසමෙච්ච සක්කෝ උජුච සුජුච සුවචෝ චස්ස මුදු අනති සන්තුස්සකෝ ච සුබරෝ ච අපකිචෝ ච සල්ලවක උත්ති සන්තින්ද්‍රියෝ ච නිපකෝ ච අපගබ්බෝ කුලේසු අනනුගිද්දෝ නච කුද්දං සමාචරේ කිංසියේන විඤ්ඤෝ පරේ උපවදෙය්‍යං සුඛිනෝ වාකේමිනෝන්තු සබ්බේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතාත්තා යේකේ චිපාන භූතස්සේ තසාවාසා Sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta naparo parannikubbeta nati manyeta katta chinang kanchi vyarosana patiga sanna manasa dukkha vichaya Matayatani amputam ayusayeka puttamanuraki evampi sabba bhutesu manasambhavaye aparimetanca sabba lokasmin manasambhavaye Uddang adocatiriyanca asambadang averam asapatam charan nisinno asayano ayavadassa vigatamido etam satin brahmametam viharam Asamena sampanno kame suvineya gedam gabbaseyam punareti. Sadhu, 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 sadhu. I think I put this back there. You bring this, go on.
Oh yeah. Would I take the mic? Okay. Well, welcome to this Boya celebration. My name is Buddha Dasa. I am going to guide you through some simple meditation. We'll start with some concentration exercises, some kind of the samatha practice, and then we'll go on to the metta bhavana. Let me come over here. I feel like I'm stuck in a corner over here. Let me come over here. I can see you all. Jeepon, can I go and sit in this chair? Oh, no. Okay. So, before we start, what is meditation? Anybody like to tell me? Sorry?
Keeping the mind in one direction.
Yes, meditation is focusing on an object. Yes, so we're going to start with a simple practice. And it's very much about connecting with the present moment. And later on, my talk is about this. It's the power of now, the power of the present moment. So as much as we started this talk talking about history, which is important, we can reflect on the lessons from the Buddha story, many things we can do in Puja about that. My practice and what I shared with you today is to bring you to the present moment. Because the Buddha argues this is where enlightenment is. You just have to remove the ignorance and be most present as possible and connect with the present moment as a portal to enlightenment. So that's what we're going to do today. Later on we'll talk about meditation in my talk. So if you've got questions, we can talk about that later. So let's start with the practice. So normally I will refer people to the abdomen. And you can feel a small muscle within your stomach. You can put your hands on your stomach if you like. What we're trying to do is focus on one object, that is meditation. So we're focusing on the rising and falling of the abdomen. That is your object. Anything else like thinking, hearing, seeing, tasting, we let go of all of that. We're focusing on this object. So just now connect your hand with your abdomen if you feel you'd like to, or you can just feel it without putting your hand, that's okay. So just be aware of the rising and falling. Now you can mentally note rising, mentally note falling, rising, falling, rising, falling. Now we'll include some numbers to make it easy. We're going to go to one set, so we're going to go rising, falling, 1, rising, falling, 2, rising, falling, 3, and go to number 10, and then go from 10 to 1, rising, falling, and the number. Rising, falling, and the number. If you lose count, just go back to number 1. So rising, falling, and the number. Count to 10 and then go from 10 to 1. Rising, falling, and the number. Let go of all the thoughts. Just focus on breathing. we'll just go back to more and gently and start again. Rising, holding the number. Rising and falling. Let go of the thinking. Rising and falling in the number. Let go of the thinking. Rising, falling in the number. Now when you try and let go of the numbers, just focusing on the rising and the falling. Any thoughts, just let them go. Any sounds, just let them go. Turn to the rising and falling every time. Rising and falling. Rising and falling. Let go of the thoughts. Let go of the sounds. Rising and falling. Let go of the sounds, focus on the rising and falling, that's all. Rising and falling. Now to keep you focused, when your stomach rises, I want you to call it met. As it falls, ter. So it's met, ter, met, ter. this met as it rises and ta as it falls. We're going to return to that in a minute. Just sit in stillness, sit in quiet. You can let go of the focus on the stomach. Just sit in silence for a moment in stillness. We're going to do the metta bhavana. We're going to return to the metta, the feel sensation throughout the meditation. So in metta, I'd like to focus on yourself in the stillness of this moment, aware of your body, aware of your mind, and say to yourself, after repeat after me, may I be healthy, may I be happy, may I be free from suffering, may I be skillful, may I not do what is unskillful, may I be wise enough to know the difference, may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be free from suffering. And return to your abdomen, metta. Follow the breath, metta. Enjoy this feeling of compassion, connection through the breath to this present moment. The feeling of the warmth, compassion. Now I want you to try and imagine some friend or relative, maybe also sitting in front of you. Say to them as you repeat after me, to this friend you have imagined, may they be happy, may they be healthy, may they be free from their suffering, may they live with peace, may they live with harmony, may they be wise and compassionate, may they live happily. With this feeling of metta, focus on the abdomen again, metta. Stick with that feeling, that awareness, with compassion, filling your body. Now I want you to imagine in front of you some stranger you might have met today. Imagining that person sitting in front of you. Try and connect with them through compassion. You can repeat after me to that person. May this person be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from your suffering. Imagining to that person as you speaking to them, may they be wise. May they be skillful. May they find freedom from their suffering. You meet many strangers in everyday life. Anytime you meet a stranger, you always feel this way to all strangers. But this person you focused on, wish them happiness. May you be happy. May you find contentment. May you find equanimity. Now return to your abdomen, metta. Stick with the sensation, mindfulness, the rising and falling through metta. Stay connected, don't let the wandering mind go into the past or the future. Metta, metta. I want you to imagine in front of you somebody you've had problems with, somebody who's giving you difficulties. It's almost sitting in front of you. I want you to try and connect with them. Try and extend compassion and loving kindness coming from you to them. Wish them, I wish you happiness. I wish you freedom from your suffering. I wish you freedom from ill will. I wish you freedom from your anger. I wish you freedom from your suffering. It's probably the most difficult, extending loving kindness to somebody who gives us problems. Wish them well. Wish them happiness. Wish them freedom from their suffering. Return to your abdomen, the rising and falling, and follow metta. Metta. Connect with the present moment, with these feelings of warmth, of compassion. So only through this present moment we can find peace. Metta. I want you to imagine sending out this loving kindness, this warmth, this feeling of compassion you developed through mindfulness, to send this out to all of the Chiswick area, radiating out of you compassion, connection. In all beings, both seen and unseen, in Chiswick, in London, in the UK, extend it out further, like it's radiating out of you. Feeling of peace and calm you've found, share with the world. May all beings, both seen and unseen, be happy. So send it across around the world. It all comes from you. You are the centre of this process. And extend it out to the universe. The warmth, the mindfulness, the connection, something bigger than yourself. May all beings, both seen and unseen, be happy, be free, and may I be at peace with everything and everyone, both seen and unseen. Return to your abdomen, the final time, connect with the process of metta, connect with the present moment through this mantra, metta. Enjoy this moment of being present. Stay with the breath though. Metta. Let go of the thoughts of the past, the future. Let go of any thinking. Stay with the breath. Metta. That's your mantra. Sit still, eyes closed. Feel connected to the present moment. Questions about anything you experienced or anything you'd like to share? Or well, this afternoon we'll be going into more detail about the power of now. It is the portal to enlightenment. We can talk all day about history and we can learn a lot from history, from books, but the Buddha was hoping the best place to access his wisdom right here, right now. We're going to explore that this afternoon. Okay? And that's a chance to maybe think about the practice here and now. Maybe if you have difficulty, maybe the present is something you can't connect to. We can discuss that. Okay? So it's based on practice and hopefully understanding. So if there's no questions, we can Okay, we're about 5 minutes to go, but I'm expecting some questions, but never mind. You're all enlightened, what can I do? Okay, so it's time for tea, I believe. Yes? Okay, enjoy. Be mindful, drink it mindfully. A question?
I really have slight ADHD.
Okay.
So I struggle to stay focused for long period of time.
Okay.
What can I do?
Okay, so I've been asked about the object. It's hard sometimes people to stay focused, which is understandable for anybody, even if you have ADHD or not. It's because our minds are used in a particular way in everyday life, and certainly you're asking it to do something which probably doesn't align with your lifestyle. So you have to think in so much of meditation there are many objects you can focus on. The breath is the most obvious, but you can do something what we call pranayama. And maybe this afternoon I can talk a little bit about that.
Thank you.
Or maybe I can talk privately with you.
Yeah.
I became a yoga teacher many years ago, and we developed this system of controlling the breath to control the mind. But it's quite active. I'll give you an example. So if I was to, before meditation, everybody comes in leading a crazy life, they expect suddenly to access the now, access the present. I'll say a simple process is like drawing a square. So I'll inhale, hold, exhale, hold. So I'm drawing a square, and I follow, and what you're doing is you're controlling the breath, which is not meditation, it's pranayama. So I'll inhale, I'll hold for 1, exhale for 1, hold for 1, inhale for 1, exhale for 1, hold for 1, exhale. So that's what you're doing, more dynamic practice, which again does not exist within Buddhist meditation, but it's an ancient practice. Or you can do what they call ratios. If you hold this for me. So normally in yoga, we'll hold one nostril, we'll breathe through 1 for maybe count of 2, hold for 2, breathe out for a nostril for 2, hold for 2, inhale for 2, this nostril, hold for 2, exhale for the nostril for 2, hold for 2. You can do different counts. What you're doing is you're really taming in the mind with a very dynamic practice. So people with ADHD, or anybody whose mind's all over the place, you start before your meditation with that. It's a way of taming the mind in a very active, dynamic way. That's why ADHD people appreciate this. So when actually you've gone through that, and you go through your little practice before you start, when you actually engage with the meditation, it's almost a relief because you're not controlling anymore, you're just watching. But the controlling give you a foot into it.
Yes.
Rather than expecting your mind to be doing so many crazy things, and then expecting it to just suddenly switch off and do the most simplest of things. Now when you do meditation, it's just observation. And there's no controlling, you're trying to see what the Buddha taught. And you'll learn everything on that cushion. If you go into meditation through a path of meditation, you'll suddenly understand that library is trying to say that the same thing. All of the books are saying the same thing, the most simplistic thing. The Buddha said to be skillful, not to be unskillful, to wise enough to know the difference. From the meditation cushion, once you know your own mind, once you know you don't have to be caught up in the mental thinking anymore, then you find a certain freedom. And that you build on that understanding, seeing the three marks of existence, you see. We discussed this afternoon. I'm not going to give this talk now. It's a good question. You'd be surprised, many people are probably thinking the same, but they're not brave enough like you to come here. Okay?
I thought the stomach was very easy to concentrate.
Very easy, and you don't necessarily have to put your hands there eventually, you might be able to release them. It's a muscle. And it's a muscle that relates to the lungs. So it's a very tangible, more so than the breath, which is very subtle. But at least you're aware with the rising. As soon as I teach it a little bit more, I'll say, eventually extend to the awareness of the breath. But just be mindful of it, don't get a mental drama about it, just develop the awareness of the length of the breath. And also develop awareness of the gaps. And in the gaps, they'll probably get longer as the breath gets deeper. And then you've got to learn to deal with the gaps, because that's when the thinking kicks in. So there are techniques. But that's a whole day of talks, that is. Okay, tea time. Well, there's tea, there's hope. I'm sorry, some people don't like tea, they like lemon. What can I do? I don't know. All right. If you've got questions, you come to me privately. But if you've got marriage, if you've got problems with your marriage, I'm probably the wrong person to ask.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
with the I have to. Is it okay if I leave it here?
It's the best place in any, right in front of the Buddha, for for him.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah, plenty of space. So we don't burn these flowers. Put this on there. Another little bit. Put the blaze on fire.
Okay, let us say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu 3 times. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Na vanna rupena naro sujano navissase ittara dassanena susanyitanang hi vyanjanena asanyata loka mimang charanti patirupako mattika kundalova lohadda masova suvanna channo charanti loke parivara channa anto asuddha Bahisubhamanati. Dear friends in the Dhamma, today you are celebrating the Navam Full Moon Day. Full Moon Day was last week, but we are celebrating today. The full moon days are very important according to Buddhist calendar, because all the full moon days are connected with something connected to the life of the Buddha. In this full moon day also, there are some connection to the life of the Buddha and also the Buddha Sasana. I think in the morning, Most Venerable Nayaka Thero explained about the significance of the day, but in this sermon I will remind you again why this is important for all of us. Because after enlightenment, Buddha started preaching for many years, few years. Then he started ordaining monks. So after ordaining, when there were about 1,250 Venerable Arahant, then the Buddha wanted to have a meeting with them. Then Buddha called them, all of them. And they gathered at the Veluvana Vihara. This is the first time such type of gathering happened at the time of the Buddha. Those, all the monks were ordained by the Buddha, so that is the important thing. In that assembly, Buddha wanted to have that assembly because he wanted to appoint venerable monks in their positions. Because in that meeting, Buddha announced Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Moggallana as his chief disciples of the Buddha. So that is a very important event. And also there are some other events connected with the life of the Buddha. And also the same in this full moon day. Once Venerable Ananda went on Pindapata, and also the Buddha was there. Then the Mara approached him, said that, Venerable Sir, you promised that when the Arahant monks arise, then you will pass away. Now you have become 80 years. Now it is time for you to leave this world. Then as Buddha promised him earlier, so as that promised, Buddha said, yes, I will pass away after 3 months. So that is a very important event happened, because Buddha said that after 3 months I will pass away from this world. So it was after preaching for 45 years, Buddha has given that promise to Mara. So that is important, because after 3 months, Buddha passed away on full moon day of month of May. That is also another important event. The next one is the Buddha has given Ovada Patimokkha, the code of discipline to the monks. So that Sangha, he has given the code of discipline. Because Buddha didn't make First, he didn't make all the rules at once. Buddha started making rules time to time, one by one. But because when the monks are misbehaving, then Buddha has imposed a rule. But in this occasion, all the monks, all the Arahant monks were there. They were not doing any harm. But the Buddha wanted to say that what is his ministry is, what are the disciplines they should have. That over the Patimokkha explained what are the disciplines monks should have, they should practice. It was explained in that over the Patimokkha. It is better to understand what are the over the Patimokkha are. Some of them you are very much familiar. First, Buddha said, Sabba papasakaranaṁ kusalassa upasampada sachitta paryodapanam etang buddhanusasanam. What is the Buddha's main teaching is Sabba papasakaranaṁ. Avoid from unwholesome deeds. Sabba papa. Avoid from all of this. And the kusala supasampada, develop wholesome qualities, wholesome deeds. Sachitta paryodapanam. Control your mind, practice mindfulness. Etang buddhanusasana. That is the Buddha's teaching. So that is the simplest way you can explain about the Buddha's teaching is this stanza. Buddha's teaching, follow that. All of Buddha's teaching is follow that. Because he wanted to say that this is the philosophy I am giving you. This is the path I am showing you to practice. So avoid from all unwholesome deeds, do good deeds and develop your mind. Kusala supasa chitta paryodapana. You control your mind and also purify your mind. So that was the first stanza given by the Buddha. Then Buddha explained further. Buddha said, Kanti paramang tapo titikha nibbanang paramang vadanti buddha nahi pabbajito parupaghato samano hoti parang vihetayang. Then the Buddha said, Kanti paramang tapo titikha. The best moral practice is patience and self-control. Patience and self-control. That is very important practice, not only for the monks, all of us. If you have that patience, if you can have self-control, so that is the most important part in our life. Then Buddha said, Nibbanang paramang vadanti buddha. Buddha said, Nibbana is supreme. Buddha said that is a blissful state one can attain. Then the nahi pabbajito parupagati. The bhikkhus, a bhikkhu does not harm others. Does not harm others. Samano hoti parang vihetya. If a bhikkhu is harming someone, Buddha said he is not a bhikkhu. So that is the second stanza in this Ovada Patimokkha. Then Buddha further went to explain the other qualities they should have. Anupavado, anupagato, patimokkecha sangvaro, mattanyutacha bhattasving, pantancha sayanasanang, aditityecha ayogo, etang buddhanusasana. Then Buddha said, anupavado, not to insult. You understand when we insult others, it make unhappiness for the others. And also it is a great offense, it is an offense we are doing it. And also the anupaghato, do not any harm to others. Then patimokkecha sangvaro. The practice, restraint, according to the fundamental instruction for the bhikkhus. It is not only bhikkhus. Bhikkhus have their own disciplines. And also it is applied to the 5 precepts are applied to the lay people. They should practice in that precepts. Then Buddha said, Mattanyutat bhattaspi. That means to be moderate in taking food. So it was a good advice, because these days what happened, there is no control of taking food. Then what will happen? There are a lot of diseases and a lot of health problems comes with it. So that is why Buddha said, moderate in taking food. So it is the best way to live. And also the Pantancha Sayanasana, to dwell in a secluded place. So that is when you are in a secluded place, that is the best thing you can have. That is the best happiness you can achieve when you are living alone. Because there is no confrontation, there is no argument. So you are in a happy situation. Adiccheta ayogo. Engage in higher concentration. That means you practice more and more. And also that higher concentration is most important thing. Then the last Buddha, this is the teachings of the Buddha. So when you look at all these aspects, we find all the principles and what we should practice is included with other Patimokkha. So Buddha has given this teaching for the monks at that time. 1,250 monks were there. Then he has given that teaching for those monks to practice it. That is the base of the Buddhist Buddha Sasana, we can say. If we can adhere to these things, so that is the best way. So that important event happened at the time of the Buddha. So that is why this Navam full moon day is important. All those things happen, so that is the important thing. So let us go for the stanza I have recited earlier. It is an interesting sermon. It is not a long sermon because I don't have much time, so that is why I have selected very short sermon to explain. So Buddha in this sermon, what he said, na vanna rupena naro sujano na vissase ittara dassanena susanyita nyanghi vyanjanena asanyita loka mimang charanti. Buddha said there, it is not easy to know a person by his or her appearance. It is not easy to know person by his or her appearance. No one rupen, because the color or the beauty, or you can't. That's what Buddha said. Then Buddha said, Susanyita nangi visanyena. You shouldn't trust them in the first sight. Because dishonest people live in this world disguised as the honest. That is what happened. People live like they are honest. After seeing him, you cannot decide them. Because what we do normally, oh, he's a nice person. Within one day we think that, oh, he is a nice person. But you cannot say he is nice. So that is why Buddha said. It is then Buddha has given some example. Next stanza, Buddha said, Patirupako mattika kundalova. That means like a clay bracelet coated with gold. It is deceived because when you have the bracelet or earring or whatever it is, if it is made with clay, all the outside is gold. You think that it is a gold, but it is not gold, it is clay. And also the Buddha has given it like a copper plate coated with gold. Plate is copper, but it applied the gold outside. They think, oh, it is a gold plated, gold one. It is then deceiving. They deceive others, Buddha said. They deceive others. Their lives are corrupt inside but impressive outside. So those are the people Buddha was talking about here. So in this, that is this a sermon. That is called the Satta Jatila Sutta. It comes in the Samyutta Nikaya. It is Samyutta Nikaya, and also the one of the sermon. So Satta means is 7. Jatila means mattered, because Sikh people, they wear jatas, that's the same thing, that type of thing. And also the Satta Jatila means the mattered ascetics. Then this sermon explains how to recognize people. That was Buddha's idea, was to explain how you can understand people. At the time, the Buddha was living in the city of Savatthi in the eastern monastery, which was called the Pubbaram, the mansion built by Migara's mother, Visakha. So that is very important to know that Visakha was called Migara's mother. Migara is her husband, but later on, due to some advice, Visakha become Migara's mother. They consider it as Migara mother. She built the Pubbaram Vihara. I don't want to say how she built it, but it is short. It says there because she forgot some of the ornaments at the Vihara, and also that she didn't want to take it home, and she wanted to sell it and build a Vihara, but there was nobody to buy it. Then she bought it, and she built that Vihara, and it was named as Pubbaram Vihara. So Buddha was living in that Vihara, and then in the late afternoon, the Buddha came out of retreat and sat outside of the Vihara, Then the king Pasenadi Kosala went to see the Buddha, and he paid respect to the Buddha and sat down on one side. And same time, there were some ascetics, 7 ascetics. There were 7 ascetics with matted hair, and also 7 Jain ascetics, and also the 7 naked ascetics, and also 7 one-cloth ascetics, and 7 wanderers. Those are the ascetic at that time you can find in India. Those ascetics, 7 of them, different batch of 7 of them, and they went through the Vihara near by the Buddha. And their armpits and bodies were hairy, and their nails were long, and they were carried their pack with shoulder poles. They are carrying all those things. Then the king, Pasenadi, saw them, and he got up from his seat and arranged his robe, and he knelt with his right knee on the ground and raised his joined palms towards those various ascetics. And he pronounced that 3 times, "Sirs, I am King Pasenadi. Sirs, I am King Pasenadi. Sir, I am King Pasenadi." He said 3 times that. Then, when soon after those ascetics had left, King Pasenadi went up to the Buddha and bowed respectfully, sat down one side, and said to him what he said, "Bhante, some of those ascetics are enlightened, and some are practicing the path to enlightenment." That's what he said. They are on the path to enlightenment. Some are already attained enlightenment. Then what the Buddha's answer was, "Yes, great king, as a layperson, you enjoy world pleasures, living at home with the wives and children, using various perfumes, decorating the body with ornaments and flowers, using makeup and using gold and money. It is hard for you to know who is enlightened or who is on the path to enlightenment. So because you are engaged in the material positions and enjoying the way of life, then you don't understand who attained enlightenment and who is not. That is what Buddha is saying. Because you are not in that path. Without having that understanding, you cannot say that. Then the Buddha said, 4 things Buddha said. Buddha said, Sangvasena ko Maharaja Silang Vetidabbang. What does that mean? Buddha said, great king, as a lay, you can only get to know a person's virtue, that means sila, by living with them. But only after a long time, not casually, only when paying attention, not when unmindful, and only by the wise, not by the unwise. So that is very important point Buddha explained here. You cannot say someone's virtue without associating with them. You can say about a person of not casual relationship. It is, you have to live with them. Then you can understand what he is following, what is his virtues are, what is his bad and good qualities. We can understand from the association. That is all. And also it is when you pay attention to it. If you don't pay attention, if you don't have mindfulness, then you can understand. And also you should have the wisdom. You have to be wise. And when you are unwise, you cannot understand it. So that was the first thing Buddha said. Virtue, someone's sila or morality, we cannot decide looking at them and also the associate in 1 or 2 days. It will take long time to realize their true nature, true behavior. So there are a lot of stories connected with those things. You can remember one ascetic went to a village. Then the villagers, they thought, oh, he's a very good person, and also they built a temple for him and arranged to stay. Then the villagers, they thought there are a lot of robbers come to our village. It is better to keep our property, our wealth in this place because they don't come to the temple. Sometimes they think the temple is not robbed, but always it happens, even in here. So that is but it is not a real thing. So they thought nothing will happen if you hide our properties, our valuable things in the Vihara. So they dig a place and also they hide it. And also monks lived sometimes. Then one day that ascetic said, now it is time to move from here to somewhere else. Then he thought he will go somewhere else. Then the villagers also very sad. They said, okay, you can go. Then he went, and on the way he saw there is something on his jata, that is the straw or something. Then he thought, oh, I shouldn't take it because I should have to take it back to the village. It is not belongs to me. Then he took it back and they gave it to the village headman. And then he left. Then wise man was there. Who was he and why he came back? Then he said, he's a very nice fellow and he lived here with us for many years. We look after him. Now he has returned again to put that straw back into the village. Then that wise man said, oh, it is very strange, someone is coming back for that small thing. There should be something else. Have you given something for him? They say, no. Have you hidden something in that place? Yeah. Then they remember they have hidden their wealth in that. Then that wise man said, go and check what happened, whether it is still there. Then they went there, they found that he has taken all of it. Then anyway, villagers, they followed him and took the wealth back. But that is the way. You cannot decide, looking at a person and a short period of time associating with them, they are the virtuous one. So that was Buddha. Sangvasenako Maharaja Silang Vedtabang. Associating with them, you will find their morality. Then the Buddha said again another things. Sangvoharenako Maharaja Socheyang Vetitabang. Someone's honesty. Great king, you can only get to know a person's honesty by talking to him, but only after a long time, not casually, only when paying attention, not when unmindful, and only by the wise, not by the unwise. So Buddha said here, honesty was another important factor, because we believe that these people are very honest. Then after associating a few days, we say that, oh, he's an honest man. But when we associate for many years, their ideas change, their minds change, their intentions change. Sometimes they come with good intention, but after working with you for certain period of time, they change. That is change in nature. But the first intention is not the honesty. They are cheaters. They are not honest. So afterwards, when they cheat you, that time you will understand it. But if you are wise, you think, you keep your eye on them, always talking to them to understand their motives behind their behavior. So we have to have that understanding. We need mindfulness in one way, and also we have to be wise. So we have to pay attention, and also not from short period of time you can have their intention to understand. So that is second factor Buddha explained. Then third one is Buddha said, Apadasuko Maharaja Tamo Vetitabbo. That means courage. Great king, you can only get to know a person's courage in times of trouble, but only after a long time, not casually, only when paying attention, not when unmindful, and only by the wise, not by the unwise. So this is also very important thing Buddha explained to us, because sometimes we think, oh, these we think that we can do anything, and also I can face any situation. We have the things, we have that idea to face any problems. I can. But when the real situation comes, that courage is not there. So one occasion you may get courage, but the most of the time it is not there. They hide. When the problems comes, they hidden themselves. They don't want to face it. So that is, when the problems comes, then you can understand who got the courage to face those situations. So that Buddha explained in that, within 1 or 2 days, one incident, you cannot say that he is courageous, he can face anything, but the reality is, it is not there. When you associate with them for some time, then you will find whether this person is courageous or not. So fourth factor, Buddha said, great king. You can only get to know a person's wisdom by conversing with them. That's it. Sakachayako Maharaja Panya Vetitabbo. To understand someone's wisdom, you cannot decide only looking at one or two incidents, but you have to talk to them and find out what wisdom they got. Then you will be understanding their real situation. So sometimes we face people, we have seen people showing that they are very wise, but they are not really wise because they are pretended to be wise. When you have the discussion with them for a long time, you will find there is no wisdom in it. So that is what Buddha said. So in that, Buddha said in this way. And also the Buddha, when he said these two things, what is first one is morality, second one is honesty, third one is courage, and the fourth one is wisdom. Those are the four things Buddha explained here. Those things cannot decide looking at short period of time. It takes a long time to understand people. So Buddha showed that. So Buddha, when we said those things to the King Pasenadi, then what Pasenadi said, King Pasenadi, he said, it is incredible, Bhante. It is amazing how well said this was by the Buddha. Bhante, those ascetics are my spies. They are my agent, undercover agents, returning after spying in different provinces. First they go undercover, then I have them report to me. Bhante, soon they will wash off the dust and dirt, baths, apply perfume, decorate hair and beard, and dress in fashion. Then they will entertain themselves surrounded by worldly pleasures. So that is what King said. Though King respect them, but lastly he said, yes, those are my undercover agents. So they will go their own way. After, when the duty finish, then they will report me what they found, and also they will enjoy their life. So that was the Buddha's teaching in here. So that is why Buddha, in this sermon, because it's a very important thing, is because the Buddha's understanding on that. Because Buddha's, what is Sarvajñata Jnana, that knowledge is the one explained in here. So this stanza, in a way, gives us a very important teaching that how we have to deal with people. It is very difficult things, because as people, you have to associate with them. You can't associate for many, many years. But you will find, when you are unmindful and when you don't use your brain, you are in trouble, because you don't understand their real situation. Because you believe them. You believe them thinking that they are very nice people. But lastly, they damage everything for you. Your property, your character and everything, they will damage you because you don't understand that. It can happen to anybody, even for us. It can happen. So this is that is what Buddha's teaching is. So we have to be wise. You have to face the situation. If we follow that teaching, then we can live peacefully and happily. So that is why Buddha said it is better to leave seclusion, to go away and live. So Buddha said that. Then the main teaching, when you look at these main teachings of the Buddha, Buddha said, we find the Buddha's powerful insight you can find. And also in this sutta, Buddha explained that mental strength is the like hidden gem. Mental strength we need. It's only shine when the pleasure is applied. It says, just as a strong scent is known when the flower is crushed, the strength of a person is seen when the life crashes there. That's what. This is the core message. Buddha said, you identify who you truly are only in hard situations. So that is, you can apply to in a way, type of situation you can test yourself. Because let us see that real situations, common real situations, and how they connected to this sutta's wisdom. So sometimes we think we are very healthy, we are very strong. Then when the health crisis comes, what will happen? When you suddenly get diagnosed with a serious illness, panic and fear can take over. That's the nature of it. Then you realize how strong your mind is when you are asked to be calm, helpful, and balanced during that treatment. So we can see how you face that situation. So how strong you can be. So in our life, we all get different occasions, get a health crisis. But when the health crisis comes, we have to face that situation. That situation, we have to tackle it with mindfulness, with wisdom. Because when we understand this is the true nature of our life, getting sickness, then we can apply to it. We cannot escape sicknesses. But when you don't have to lament over it, you don't have to worry about it, because that is the true nature of our life. We have to face that type of things. So that time you are not unhappy. So you face bravely. So that is what Buddha wanted to say us. Always we think we are very strong, but it is not strong. But we have to be strong, because when you have the attention, and also when you are mindful, and when you have wisdom, then you know what it is. And also in our life, we have the financial collapse. Sometimes losing money or your job, it is terrifying. But will you fall into despair? No. You don't have to be, because you have to adopt it, learn it from it, and also you have to fight again to get that. That is the only you can do. No crying or no lamenting on it. You have to have that. And also in our life, we have the relationship breakdown. It is heartbreak, it's hurt deeply. We know that. But if you do hold to that pain, it is useless. Do you have to grow from it? You have to understand it, and you have to adjust to it. And also it happened natural disasters, and also the accidents, those things happen. And also that time also we have to have that understanding how to overcome it, how to face it. That's what. Because the last November and December in Sri Lanka, there are a lot of people died, and also they lost their everything. But they have to continue their life in one way or another. So they were in desperate situations, but people were helping, government helping, but they have to overcome it. But lament over it is not a good thing. but you have to overcome that situation. So, these are the things, it is like a mirror, those things come to our life. So we have to see it correctly. This sermon itself, it defines who you are. And also it shows how we have to make our mind strong. That is, we have to have that our wisdom that explains his teaching. Buddha said, depend on the event. Sometimes, why people are falling? Because they depend only on the external support. Sometimes we are depending, thinking that, oh, God will help us. But no, God will help us. Only our effort can do something for our disasters, whatever it is. So that is what Buddha wants to show us. So you have to have yourself to fight for it and have the strength of your mind. And also sometimes we have not lack of self-awareness. We react emotionally. Those things are not helpful. Sometimes what we do, avoid pain, and we wanted to run from the challenges. That is what some people do. But we have to face our challenges. We have to, running away is not a good thing. So you have to face that challenge. So that is what Buddha advised. Who is going to overcome those things? They accept the reality as it is. When the sickness comes, they know that this is the true nature of our life. This is our nature of our body. This is the things can happen. Economic crisis comes. It is inevitable. So you actually accept the reality and reflect mindfully. Then how we have to overcome it. And also the focus on growth, how to go further. And also the main thing is let go of ego and expectation. Because the ego is a very bad situation comes to us. Because the ego, due to that ego, only we suffer. Because somebody is attacking us, that is also ego. So we have to have that let go of ego, and when we have a lot of expectation, we have to let go of all those expectations. So that was the Buddha's teaching. So those are the 4 factors I want to explain in this short sermon today. So I think you can understand. So looking at those people, whoever it is, beauty or whatever it is, you cannot decide this is a nice person, this is a wise person, or this is the person very honest, and this is he got morality. It is applied not even for the others, it is also applied for the monks too. Okay? I don't say that I am perfect monks, I don't say, but there are mistakes can happen. But the admit it and also the face it, that is the main important thing. So, in this sermon, Buddha explained very important things to associate.
These 4 things mentioned:
morality and honesty, and also what's the other one? Honesty, morality, and also the brave, to be brave, that is called the courage, and also the wisdom. So, may you all understand the teachings of the Buddha. May these teachings help us to live peacefully and happily in this environment. May these, our meritorious deed, lead us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana one day. Yeah, Satta Jatila Sutta. Satta means 7, Jatila means, the method ascetics. Yeah? In Samyutta Nikaya. Yeah. Samyutta Nikaya Kosala Samyutta කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. Samyutta Nikaya Kosala Samyutte එන සූත්‍රය. Now we are getting ready for the Buddha Puja. So I would like to ask our sponsors today. Sirimau Bandar Naik College Past Pupils Association, they are doing that dana today and also doing all the sponsoring. So I would like to ask them to join. Now we would like to ask our sponsors to bring the Buddha Puja to the shrine. So please. Let us say, Iti piso bhagavan arham samma sambuddho vidyacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati sattva eva manusanam buddho bhagavati iti piso bhagavan samma sambuddho vidyacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu. Sattva eva manusanam
අර මල්ලේ ගහින් කරන්නකො මැද ඒක. තව එක ගන්න.
හරි මම ලියලා දෙන්න.
එන ඉක්මනට.
හරි බොහොම මම කොලයක් කරනවා.
ඉඳ ගන්න. වාඩි වෙන්න. පහසු විදිහට වාඩි වෙන්නකො. පහසු විදිහට. මේ හරි මේ ඉස්සරහින් ඉඳ ගන්නත්.
Yeah, please sit down. I would like to ask our sponsors to come forward and sit down here. Don't go far away.
You need help? Sadevat Pinmatni, this Dana ceremony today, first part we offer to the Buddha, and then offer Dana to the Sangha and to the Upasakas and Upasikas. Today the ceremony, this Dana ceremony has been sponsored by Past Pupils Association of the Sirimavuru Bandaranaika Padika Vidyalaya UK branch. We appreciate very much Sirimavians have done a lot of supports in previous years. This year also they have taken the responsibility taking care of the dayakas of Upasakas and Upasikas, and also offering dana to the Buddha and to the Sangha. And also in the morning the tea was offered by a family in order to transfer Mary's A.K. Sivadana, father, and Himanta Kumar Javadana. And also Mother Malika Javadana and Archie Somavati Sirimana. Blessings of the tea, offering tea to dayakas, Upasakas and Upasikas, and to the monks, go to these parents. And now there are a lot of Sirimavians have attended and organized beautifully this dance ceremony. We are going to perform this Buddha Puja and Sangha Dana. First of all, I would ask you to say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu 3 times, please. Good opportunity, and say Namo Tassa, please. saranam gacchami Dhammam saranam gacchami Sangham saranam gacchami Dutiyampi buddham saranam gacchami Dutiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami Dutiyampi sangham saranam gacchami Tatiyampi buddham saranam gacchami Tatiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami Tatiyampi sangham saranam gacchami Panaatipada viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami Adinādana viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami Kamesu miccācara viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami Musavada viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami Suramirya majjapamadatthana viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami
Now, you have prepared the dana with utmost respect. So as we have mentioned earlier, this dana and this event is sponsored by Past People's Association of the Sirimao Bandaranaike Balika Vidyalaya UK branch. So they wanted to do this meritorious deed with utmost respect. They wanted to have, they understand the karma and its reaction, and also help the Vihara, and also the pass pure thoughts and goodwill for their departed ones. You have organized this beautiful dana ceremony. It has organized in such a way that to make everyone happy, and also it is a good deed you are doing, and also wholesome deed you are doing it here, and offering dana to the sangha, and also all the upasakas and upasikas who are gathered here today to offer dana you have organized. Now what we are going to do, we are going to offer the first portion of your preparation to the Buddha, recollecting the noble qualities of the Buddha. As members of the Sirimao Bandaranaike Balika Vidyalaya, that past pupils, so you're all got together, and the members and also the office bearers are here today. And now let us offer these offerings to the Buddha, reciting Pali stanzas. You all know that Buddha passed away more than 2,600 years ago. But Buddha has given us teaching. He has noble qualities. We pay respect to the Buddha with these offerings. We all know that Buddha doesn't take anything. But through your mind, that is your good thought, your shraddha, your faith, and also your loving kindness, all are here when you offer the dana to the Buddha. So you have the respect for the Buddha, and also you recollect the noble qualities of the Buddha. So while doing that, you can acquire good thought. That good thought will help you to have peace in your mind. And also you are doing good deeds today. And also at the same time, you remember your departed ones for their ongoing journey in samsara. We all we have to remember our departed ones because they have done so much for our life. The Secretary Mrs. Prabhashi Kiriyal, her father passed away 1.5 months ago, and she wanted to remember the departed father, Mr. Lalit Kiriyal. And also there may be some other family members who passed away from you all. You can remember them, you can pass your good thought, you can give your good thought to them for their ongoing journey in samsara. Now let us offer these offerings to the Buddha, reciting these stanzas, thinking that may these offerings go to the Buddha, may the merits approved by these offerings be with your departed ones, including Mr. Lalit Kiriyal and all the others. May those departed ones receive your good thought, may they enjoy these merits, may they be well and happy wherever they are now. Also, may these merits be with deities or divine beings. May those divine beings receive your good thought, may they enjoy your merits, and also may they protect you all. May they protect the Past People's Association of the Sirima Bandaranaike Balika Vidyalaya UK branch members, and also the others, office bearers and others, and also the family members, and also may you all share these merits, whoever taking part in this dana ceremony today, who are helping in different ways, may you all share these merits, may you all be well, happy and peaceful, may you have peaceful and successful life here and hereafter, including your departed ones. May we all attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana with these thoughts. Let us recite the stanzas together to offer these offerings to the Buddha. Vannagandha guno etam kusuma santatim pujayami munim dassa sripada saroruhe pujayami buddham kusumena nena punyena medena jahotu mokkam pupam milayati athai dhamme kayo tatayati vinasa bhavam ganasaraparitena dipena tamadansinha ilokadipam sambuddham pujayami tamonudam gandha sambharayutena dupenaham sugandhina pujaye pujaniyam tam puja bhajanam uttamam sugandham sitalam kappam vasanda madhuram subham paniya etam bhagava patiganhatum uttama adhivasetu no bante bhojanam parikappitam anukampam upadaya patiganhatum uttama adhivasetu no bante sabbam saddhaya pujitam anukampam upadaya patiganhatum uttama vandami setiyam sabbam sabbadhani supatittitam sariri
Sadhu.
Okay, now we are going to offer the rest of the preparation to the Sangha. Most Venerable Surtanaik Thero will conduct that offering on the Sangha. We know that, how many years now of your school?
53.
Yeah, 53 years ago, this is the Balika Vidyalaya, Srimao Bandar Naik Balika Vidyalaya started. The members and the others, they wanted to celebrate their school, and also they wanted to pass their good thought to the people who started the school, and also the teachers and principals and all the others. Their motive is that to promote that and also pay respect to that school they have organized this down.
අතිගෞරවනීය නායක මාහිමිපාණන් වහන්සේ ප්‍රධාන පූජ්‍යතර මහා සංඝරත්නයන් අවසරයි. අද මෙම දානමය පින්කම සිදු කරනු ලබන කොළඹ 7 සිරිමාවෝ බණ්ඩාරනායක විද්‍යාලයේ ආදී ශිෂ්‍ය සංගමයේ එංගලන්තයේ සාකාවේ සමාජික සමාජිකාවන් ඇතුළු මේ අවස්ථාවට සහ සම්බන්ධ වී සිටින ශ්‍රද්ධා බුද්ධි සම්පන්න කාරුණික වාසනාවන්ත පින්වතුනි, දවසක් කොසල් රජුරෝ බුදුහාමුදුරු බැහැ දකින්න ගිහිල්ලා අහනවා, ස්වාමීනි භාග්‍යතුන් වහන්සේ, අපගේ මෙලොව යහපත සුභසිද්ධිය සඳහාත් පරලොව යහපත සුභසිද්ධිය සඳහාත් අනුගමනය කරන්න ඕනෑ කරන එකම එක දෙයක් තියෙනවද කියලා ඇහුවා. ඒ වෙලාවේ බුදුරජාණන් වහන්සේ උත්තර දුන්නා, "ඔව් මහරජතුමනි, එකම එක දෙයක් තියෙනවා" කියලා කිව්වා. මොකක්ද එකම එක දෙය? අප්‍රමාදේ කියලා කිව්වා. අප්‍රමාදීව කටයුතු කරන්නට කියලා තමයි දේශනා කළේ. මනා සිහි කල්පනාවෙන් යුක්තව යහපත් කටයුතු වල නිරත විය යුතු බව බුදුහාමුදුරු දේශනා කළා. එහෙම කටයුතු කරන පුජ්‍යලයා තුළ දකින්න ලැබෙන ලක්ෂණ තුනකුත් උන්වහන්සේ පෙන්වලා දුන්නා. සක්කච්ඡ කිරියත, සාතච්ඡ කිරියත, අනට්ඨිත කිරියත. බුදුරජාණන් වහන්සේ දේශනා කරනවා, ඒ අප්‍රමාදීව කටයුතු කරන පුජ්‍යලයා තුළ දකින්න ලැබෙන සුවිශේෂී ලක්ෂණයක් තමයි කරන ඕනෑම දෙයක් සක්කච්ඡ පිළිවෙලකට කිරීම. බන්දුල හාමුදුරු මුලින් මතක් කරේ බොහොම ලස්සන පින්කමක් කියලා කිව්වනේ නේද? බලන්න කොච්චර ලස්සන සංවිධානය කරලා තියෙනවද කියලා. අපි කරන ඕනෑම දෙයක් ඒකේ පිළිවෙලක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. සංවිධානක බවක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ, සංවිධානාත්මක බවක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. දානශාලාවත් බොහොම ලස්සනට පිළියෙල කරා. බුද්ධ මන්දිරයත් එහෙමයි. මේ සියල්ල පිළිවෙලකට සූදානම් කරලා මේ දානි පිළිගන්නට සූදානම. සක්කච්ඡ කිරියත. අනිත් එක තමයි සාතත්ත කිරියත. නිරන්තරයෙන් මේ වගේ හොඳ දේවල් කරන්නට කියලා බුදුහාමුදුරු දේශනා කළා. ඉඳලා හිටලා නෙවෙයි. ඒ යහපත් දේවල් එහෙමනම් නිතර නිතර කළ යුතුයි කියලා. අනට්ඨිත කිරියත, නොකොඩවා සිදු කිරීම. මම හිතන්නේ වාර්ෂිකව මේ එකතෙලා මේ පින්කම් කරන ඇති නේද? ඒව නොකොඩවාම ඒව කළ යුතු බව බුදුහාමුදුරු දේශනා කළා. ඉතින් මේ විදිහට යම් කිසි කෙනෙක් යමක් යහපත් දේවල් කරනවා නම් ඒකේ ප්‍රතිඵලත් හොඳයි. සුවන්නතා සුසරතා සුසන්ඨාන සුරූපතා ආධිපච්චේ පරිවාරං සබ්බමේතේන ලබ්බති. මේ කවුරුත් එකතු වෙලා මේ වගේ පින්කමක් කරපුවාම ලැබෙන ආනිසංස මොනවද කියන එක බුදුහාමුදුරු දේශනා කළා. සුවන්නතා ලස්සන ශරීරයක් ඇති උත්පත්ති ලබන්න පුළුවන්කම ලැබෙනවා. කවුද කැමති? නේද? ඕනෑම කෙනෙක් කැමති ලස්සනට. ගෙදර බල්ලෙක් පෝසෙක්වත් හදනවද පණ්ඩි හැදිච්ච? නේද? එහෙම ඇදුරොත් පළපළ කියලා එළවලා දාන ලංකාවේ නම් පන්සලට ගිහිල්ලා දානවා. මේ මගේ දණි කරන්නේ නැහැ. ලස්සනට කවුරුත් කැමති. සුසරතා මිහිරි කටහඬ. දැන් පේනවනේ බංගල හාමුදුරන්ගේ හඬ කොහොමද අපේ හඬ කොහොමද? ඒක හැම කෙනාටම නැහැ. ඒ භාග්‍ය හැම කෙනාටම නැහැ. සංසාරයේ දන් දීපුවාට ලැබෙන ආනිසංසයෙන් බුදුහාමුදුරු දේශනා කර උකුණුපන් ආත්ම භාවල එහෙමනම් මිහිරි කටහඬක් ලැබීම. සුවන්නතා සුසරතා සුසන්ඨාන ස්වරූපතා ලස්සනට පැහැපත් ස්වරූපයේ ඉපදෙන විතරක් නෙවෙයි ආරෝහ පරිණාම සම්පන්න දේහයක් ලැබීම. හැම කෙනාටම ලැබෙනවද? නෑ. ඔන්න සංසාරේ හොඳට පින්කම් කරපුවාම ලැබෙන ආනිසංස. ඒ විතරකුත් නෙවෙයි ආදිපච්චේ පරිවාරං සබ්බමේතේන ලබ්බති. තනක ස්ථානයක සමාජයක රටක වෙන්න පුළුවන් අධිපතිකම නායකත්වයේ කියන එක හැම කෙනාටම ලැබෙන දෙයක්ද? නැහැ. මේ සංගමේ වුණත් එහෙම තමයි. ඔය නිලධාරීන්පත් වෙලා ඉන්නේ නේද? ඉතින් ඒ වගේ ඒ නායකත්වයේ කියන එක ප්‍රධානත්වයේ කියන එක හැම කෙනාටම ලැබෙන දෙයක් නෙවෙයි. ඒකටත් පින් කරලා තියෙන්න ඕනේ. පරිවාර සම්පත්තිය අපට අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ නැත්තේ. පරිවාර සම්පත්තියත් අවශ්‍යයි. ඔන්න සසර හොඳට පින්කම් කරපුවාම ලැබෙන ආනිසංස හැටියට බුදුහාමුදුරු දේශනා කළා. වෙලාවේ ගොඩක් වෙලා කරුණු කියන්න අද ඊටමත් වටිනා දවසක් මහා සංඝ සම්නිපාතයක් සංඝ සම්මේලනය ඇති වුණ දවස තමයි අපි නවම් පොහොය කියලා කියන්නේ. ඒ වගේම සරියුත් මුගලන් දෙදෙනා වහන්සේට අග්‍ර ශ්‍රාවක තනතුරු පිරිනමපු දවස, භික්ෂුන් වහන්සේලාට ඕවාද ප්‍රාතිමෝක්ෂයේ දේශනා කරපු දවස අපි මේ අනුස්මරණය කරන්නේ. තමන් වහන්සේ තවත් 3 මාසයකින් පිරිනවන් පානවා කියන දින නියම කිරීම ආයු සංස්කරණයත් හැරීම මේ නවම් පොහොය දවස් සිද්ධ වුණා කියලා තමයි අපි අහලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේ වටිනා දිනයක් නිමිති කරගෙන තමයි ඔබ හැමදෙනා මේ ස්ථානට පැමිණලා මේ උදාාර පින්කම සිද්ධ කරන්නට බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ. දැන් එහෙමනම් වසර 53ක් වෙන බව මතක් කළා. සිරිමාව බණ්ඩාරනායක විද්‍යාලය ආරම්භ කරලා මුල අමතකුනේ නැහැ නේද? මුල අමතේ කරන්න බෑනේ. අපේ රට, අපේ මව්පියන්, අපේ ඥාතීන්, අපි ඉගෙන ගත්ත තැන බොහෝ දෙනෙකුට අමතක වෙනවානේ. මුල අමතේ කරන්නේ නැතුව ලොකු ආඩම්බරයකින්, ලොකු අභිමානයකින් තමන්ගේ පාසල කියන හැඟීම ඇති කරගෙන අද මෙතෙන්ට ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ නේද? ඒ අභිමානය ඇතුව එනිසා මේ කවුරුත් කාගේ සහයෝගය ලබාගෙන ආදිතමයන් සිහිපත් කරලා සිරිමාව බණ්ඩාරනායක විද්‍යාලය ආරම්භ කරලා මේ දක්වාම සේවය කළ යම් කිසි කෙනෙක් ජීවිතක්ෂරපත් වෙලා ඉන්නනම් ඒ හැමදෙනාම සිහිපත් කරලා පින් දෙන්න පුළුවන් උද පින්කමක් මේ අවස්ථාවේ සිද්ධ කරන්නේ. ඒ වගේ මේ ශාඛාවේ ලේකම්තුමිය හැටියට කටයුතු කරන ප්‍රභාෂී කිරියැල්ල මහත්මියගේ ආදරණීය පියතුමා මිය ගිහිල්ලා මාසෙකමාරක් වෙන බව සඳහන් කළා. ලලිත් කිරියැල්ලේ පියතුමාණන් සිහිපත් කරලා පින් අනුමෝදන් කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. එතුමා පමණක් නෙවෙයි පින්වත් ඔබ හැමදෙනාගේම නමින් නැසීමේ පරලොව ගිය සියලුම ඥාතීන් සිහිපත් කරලා අපි මේ අවස්ථාවේදී මේ පින් අනුමෝදන් කරමු. ඒ හැමදෙනාටම මේ පින් අත්පත් වේවා. සසර ගමන සාර්ථක වේවා. මලිගේ ඥාතීන් හැමදෙනාටම උතුම් වූ නිවන් සම්පත් ලබා ගැනීම පිණිසම මේ පින් හේතු වේවා වාසනාව වේවා කියලා ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරගෙන සූදානම් කරගත් අටපිරිකර සහිත මේ භික්ෂා දානය ගරුතර මහා සංඝරත්නයට සංඝ සතු කොට පූජා කරනවා පූජා වේවා කියන හැඟීම ඇති කරගෙන මේ කින වාක්‍යය කියලා දාන වස්තුව සංඝී කරලා පූජා කරන්නට හොඳයි. Imam Bhikkam Saparikaram Bhikkhu Sanghassa Deva Imam Bhikkam Satta Parikaram Bhikkhu Sanghassa Deva Imam Bhikkam Satta Parikaram Bhikkhu Sanghassa Deva Pacitam tuyam kipaneva samijjatu sabbe purentu chando pannarasiyata mayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevaca nato nibbana sampatti iminate samijjatu tungloa singge ansa puja pratipatti puja vangimata yogyo භාග්‍යවත් බුදුරජාණන් වහන්සේ උදෙසා ප්‍රථම කොටස විසුද්ධ බුද්ධ පූජා පවත්වාගෙන තුරුව මහා සංඝරත්නය උදෙසා සපරිස්කාර සංඝගත දක්ෂිනාවක් පිළිගැන්වීමෙන් ලබා ලද කුසලානිසංස ධර්මය ප්‍රථම කොට උතුම් වූ ලෝක ශාසන ආරක්ෂක ගින්ද්‍රෝපේන්ද්‍ර චන්ද්‍රසේකර ප්‍රජාපති ආදී समस्त गण दिव्य राज समूहयाट पिन पनुरක් වශයෙන් අනුමෝදන් ලබත්තා ප්‍රථම පුණ්‍යානුමෝදනාවෙන් අධිකතර සන්තෝෂේරපත් දිව්‍යංගේ දේවතේ ජානුභාවෙන් නාත්‍රීමත් බුද්ධාදී රත්නත්‍රයානුභාවේද කරණ කොටගෙන මෙවැනි සල බල කුසලකාමී සකල ශ්‍රද්ධාවන්ත පින්වතුන් හට මෙලව දීපන්නා වූ सकलांतराय सर्वोपद्रवय हिरदुरु घनदुरुसेन दूरी भूत वेद विध्वंसने कं लभता तवद मे पिंगतुन नमि नसीमिय परलव गयाओ सियलूम ඥාතින් තුළසෑම දිනාටම අමා මහ නිවන් සම්පත් ලබා ගැනීම පිණිසම දානානි සංසයන් හේතු වේවා වාසනාව වේවා ප්‍රාර්ථනාවන් ඉෂ්ට වේවා සිතා चित्त प्रीतिයෙන් යුක්තව සාදරයෙන් පින් අනුමෝදන් විය යුතුයි.
මේ ළඟට මේ පැන් වඩලා පින් අනුමෝදන් කරන්නයි ඉතාම වටින්නේ අපේ මේ චාරිත්‍රය පින්දීමේදී මේ පැන්වක් කරලා පින් දෙන එක ඒක අපිට සංකේතමත් වෙනවා අපේ සිත් සතන් තුල තියෙන ඒ කරුණා ගුණය, මෛත්‍රී ගුණය, කෘතගුණ භාවය ඒ සියල්ල අපේ තුලින් ඒ නැසීයායට අත්පත් කර දීම තමයි මේ පැන් වඩලා පින් අනුමෝදන් කිරීමෙන් සංකේතමත් කරන්නේ. දැන් මේ පැන් වඩන වාචනික ගන්න සිනමාවියන් ඔක අපි මත සෙට් එක මාරන් තියන්නකො යට එක ආ Naam kya naam idam me naam naam hotu sukhitaam naam hotu sukhitaam yatavavi mahavavi purenti sagaram elame aito dinnam
පත්තති ඒවමේව හිතෝ දින්නම් තේතා උපකප්පති ඉතං පත්තිතං තුයං කිප්පමේව සමිජ්ජතෝ සබ්බේ භූරෙන්තු චිත්ත සංකප්පා චන්දෝ පන්න රසීයතා මනිලෝ තිරසෝයතා.
අපි කෙටියෙන් නමුත් පිළිත් ටිකක් සජ්ජායනය කළා මේ ළමයින්ට ආශිර්වාද කරනවා. ඉදිරියටත් කරන්න තියෙන වැඩ කටයුතු සාර්ථක කරගන්න අද ලොකු සාර්ථකත්වයක් තියෙන බව පේනවා. මේ පිටවට විශාල පිරිසක් සහභාගී වෙන නිසා තමන් සමග ආශ්‍රය කරන අනෙක් පාසල් විද්‍යාලවල හිතවතුනුත් ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නවා. ඒ සහෝදර සහෝදරියන් සියලු දෙනාත් එක්ක ඔබ සෑම දිනාටම මේ කරගෙන යන වාර්ෂික වැඩසටහන සාර්ථක කරගන්න ත්‍රිවිධ රත්නයේ ආශිර්වාදයත් මේ මහා පිංකමේ ආශිර්වාදයත් හේතු වාසනා වේවා කියලා අපි ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා. නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස ඉතිපිසෝ භගවාන් සම්මා සම්බුද්ධෝ විචාරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදෝ අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්මසාරති සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති ස්වාගතෝ භගවතා ධම්මෝ සම්දිට්ඨිකෝ අකාලිකෝ ඒමස්මිකෝ ගෝපනයිකෝ පච්චත්තං වේදි සම්භෝ විඤ්ඤෝ සුපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ චුපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ නායපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ සාමීචි පටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ යදිදං චත්තාරි පුරිස යුගානි අට්ඨ පුරිස පුක්ඛලායේ සභගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ ආහුනේයෝ දක්ඛිනේයෝ අංජලි කරණීයෝ අනුත්තරං පුඤ්ඤක්ඛේතං ලෝකස්සාති තේන සච්ච වච්චේන රාතුකං රතනත්‍රයං තේන සච්ච වච්චේන රාතුකං රතනත්‍රයං තේන සච්ච වච්චේන රාතුකං රතනත්‍රයං සප්පීතියෝ විරජ්ජන්තු සම්පරෝගෝ විනස්සතු මාතේ භවත්වන්තරායෝ සුඛීකායුකෝ භවතු සබ්බ මංගලං රාකන්තු සබ්බ දේවතා සබ්බ සුද්ධානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සබ්බ මංගලං රාකන්තු සබ්බ දේවතා සබ්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සබ්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සබ්බ දේවතා සබ්බ සංඝානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ. ස්ථාර්ථකාමී ශාසන මාර්ග ලෝකපාලක සම්්‍යදෘෂ්ටික සිල් දේවතාවෝ පින්නම් මොදම් වෙලා ඔබ සිල් දෙනාටම ආශිර්වාද කෙරෙත්වා ආරක්ෂාව සසාදිත්වා කියලා ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරගෙන එතාවතාචාම්මේ සම්පතං පුඤ්ඤ සම්පදං සබ්බේ දේවානුමෝදන්තු සබ්බ සම්පත්ති සිද්ධියා එතාවතාචාම්මේ සම්පතං පුඤ්ඤ සම්පදං සබ්බේ භූතානුමෝදන්තු සබ්බ සම්පත්ති සිද්ධියා එතාවතාචාම්මේ සම්පතං පුඤ්ඤ සම්පදං සබ්බේ සත්තානුමෝදන්තු සබ්බ සම්පත්ති සිද්ධියා. ඊටවඩා වඩා වැඩි සාර්ථක භාවයකින් මේ පින්කම සිද්ධ වෙන බව පේනවා. ඔබගේ සාර්ථකත්වය ඔබ ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරපු විදිහටම ඉෂ්ට වෙනවා. මේ පින්කම මෙතකින් අපි මේ කොටස අවසන් කරනවා.
ඔබ සියලු දෙනාටම ඉදිරි අනාගතයේ වඩාත් වාසනාවන්ත වේවා කියලා අපි ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා. ඒ අතර අපි දායක සිල් සමාදන් වෙච්ච සියලු දෙනාගේම මතක් කරන්නේ ශාලාවට ගිහිල්ලා අසුන් ගන්න හැටියට දානේ වළඳන්න. දරුවන් සරණයි.
හඳුනන්නේ මේ පිළිකර කරන්නේ.
Yeah.